What is up, everyone? I hope you're all good. Now, as you probably know, I have set up a lot of tanks, terrariums, vivariums all around my house, and it's slowly getting full. The problem with that is I'm running out of space to put tanks. Until I go behind that door and do the garage and kit out the garage into my new fish room, I am running out of space. And a lot of you may have seen, hang on, but I got myself one of these a little while ago. So this is a Creasel. Creasel? I think that's how you say it. It's a jellyfish tank. I've always wanted jellyfish. They are awesome. I got the opportunity. I went for it. The problem is there is no space to put this in the house. So while Katie is taking Quinn out, I have commandeered this area. I have bought some industrial racking, and I'm going to build myself a little fish wall in my dining area. Not too sure how well that's going to go down. I think it'll be okay. She's on board with the channel. She's on board with fish keeping and jellyfish keeping. I'm sure it'll be fine. I've got one set of racking. It's just cheap racking. Hang on. This sort of racking, look. So I've got one piece of racking that's like 90 centimetres, and then I bought like a little cube one that I thought I could put some bowls on. That one's like 30 centimetres. So I think it should fit in this gap. But first we'll build this one, see what space we've got left, get the jellyfish tank set up because that needs to mature before the jellyfish get here, and I've only got a little bit of time to do that. I need to make sure that that is running. I'm a little bit, not concerned, but obviously tanks like that, where they're a very sensitive animal, need to be running before I get them. So yeah, let's get this set up and let's see what we can fit in here. That was a lot of work. It wasn't too bad, actually. You may have noticed during the montage that I built the small one as well. Also put this shelf in one layer down lower than this one, which is really irritating me, but I'm not taking it apart. It's not happening. What I'm going to go do is I'm going to get a couple of my projects that are empty that I've got coming up. So my jellyfish tank I'm going to put on the top here because I think that will look cool because it's colour changing and they just float around. I think that will look wicked. I've got my shallow tank as well, which will go on this shelf. I've then got some plants and stuff to go on here. Bit of storage at the bottom because obviously Quinn's hands will be in the bottom shelves. And I don't want fish tanks down there. Like I said, the first tank we've got going up is the little Creasel, which is my jellyfish tank. I think that's going to look cool. I'm going to go and get the shallow tank as well. So this is my Weo shallow tanklet. Oh, it fits so well there. Look at that. That's going to look so good. Right, but today's aim, actually, rather than the little shallow tank, my today's aim is that jellyfish tank setting up. I've not even looked at it yet. Let's have a browse through and see what it's like, actually. As much as I just put this tank here, I'm going to get that out of the way because I have realised I've not looked inside the filtration system of this yet and sort of accustomised myself with it. So I'm going to get the light plugged in so we can see what we're doing. Don't know where I'll put the plug. Right, so I can't actually plug it in because I've realised everything runs off of one USB cable, which is amazing. Obviously on this tank, it's not like a planted tank or anything like that where you need the lights on all the time to sort of sustain the plant life. Literally the lights are going to be used only for sort of our enjoyment, really. So I can't plug the light in yet. I've got to get it filled up first. So I'm just going to take everything apart and see how it all works. The filtration's all included in the back, so it's fairly simple. Let me show you. Right, so if I give you a quick tour of the tank and show you how it works, because jellyfish are a bit of a weird one. They don't work the same as other animals in an aquarium. Now what you've got is this clear pipe here is a spray bar. Now that jets water down and around the aquarium because you almost sort of want to keep jellyfish in like a constant state of movement. Otherwise they'll get stuck in the corner. That's why you can't keep them in a standard glass box. Now the grill that you see here is the inlet to the filter. Now what happens, obviously jellyfish aren't very strong swimmers, so what can happen is if the water isn't pushed over that properly, then they can get stuck against this and then obviously, you know, nothing good happens. So that is why they're designed in a very strange way so that the water is in a constant state of motion and there's no corners that the jellyfish can get stuck into. Obviously we've got our LED lights up there, and then I'm sure in the back here, yeah, we've got a little catchment with some filter floss in it. I think there's some spare filter floss, and I might not be able to get this out here. What is that? Oh, hang on. Oh, it's a bag of biomedia. I can feel it, it's biomedia. Okay, so we've got to get all that out, get it unbagged, But that's it, pretty much. I think you've got, what's this down in the bottom here? Oh, we've got a cleaning cloth and a spare one of those pads. So yeah, it's a fairly simple setup because they don't need anything exciting. You don't need to scape it because, well, they'll get caught on the rocks or plants or whatever you're going to put in there. So you need it empty. So with that in mind, let's just crack on. Let's just get this going, get some water in there. I've pre-mixed up my salt water. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. There you go. So that's your bag of biomedia. What I'm actually going to do to help this tank is I'm going to go and visit one of my friends who works in a saltwater aquarium shop. And I'm going to pick up some extra, biological media from one of their invert systems, so it's safe for obviously the jellyfish, and I'm going to bung it in there with that just to mature it a little bit quicker. Now if I open this and tip it a little bit, there you go, you can see that's the pump down in the bottom there that's going to supply water back up to this spray bar and do the circular motion-y thing with the jellyfish in it. How cool is that? I'm so excited for this. I've always wanted one of these. Right, now we can get it filled and get everything running. There we go, that's the aquascape done for the jellyfish. As simple as that. All we're going to do is add a little bit of live filter bacteria. That will get this kick started. It only needs like 0.5 ml or something ridiculous. It's literally nothing. But at least that will get this tank kick started. And then it's just a waiting game of letting everything mature. Like I say, I probably will go and grab some live media from one of the shops that I know, just because then at least there'll be a bit of sort of actual mature media rather than just relying on a sort of bottled bacteria. But between that, it is literally just a waiting game now. I'm going to dress up these shelves a little bit more. I want some plants around the jellyfish tank, and yeah, I want to dress them up a little bit more. So I'm going to do that while I'm giving this tank a couple of weeks to settle down. So the next time you see this will probably look a little bit different, and hopefully we'll have a delivery of jellyfish. How cool is that? So yeah, I'll see you in a second when we've got the jellyfish. I forgot, I haven't turned it on yet. We can see the lights working and stuff. So let's shut the lid. Might even see the flow going around so I can show you what I mean about the circular flow in this tank. There we go. It's all going to have a bit of air in it and things like that it will have to pump out the system. I can't remember. Oh wow. How cool is that? So we've got different colour. Oh, that's sort of my colour, isn't it? Oh, this is going to look so cool. Okay, well there we go. Now we can leave it to mature for the next couple of weeks, and I'll see you when I've got jellyfish. Take 2. We are back. It's been about 3 weeks now, roughly, since we set this up. A few things have changed, you can see. Actually, that one's changed quite a bit. Look, if I just turn the light on a little bit. I'll talk you through that in a minute. That's my vision, my planning. I've got something cool lined up, so I'll talk you through that after we've got this done, because I've just had a message. The jellyfish is like 20 minutes away. I've just got the one coming because, in all honesty, I am a little bit scared of this. I have never kept jellyfish before, and I thought it'd be best to start off with one, check what I'm doing, feeding, getting all of that sort of stuff right, and then I can get more at a later date. So we've got one on the way. It's going to be here in 20-30 minutes. Once the jellyfish arrives, I've got to drip acclimatise, whatever word you want to use. I'm going to drip it into the tank. So yeah, should be good. That's it. That's exciting as it is. I'm just waiting for the jellyfish to turn up now. To be fair, while we're waiting, I'll take you off the tripod and I'll just show you what I've got planned for this shallow tank. Now I've only just put the light on, so excuse the cables. Let me just turn the light up quickly. This is a AI blade. So I've just actually turned it off. Hang on. There we go, that's better, now we can see. So this is an AI blade. You normally attach them to your phone, so you've got them programmed off your phone, but I haven't actually done that because I've only just zip tied it up to this racking. Now it's a bit bright, it's a bit weird, but this is a tree that I found in a garden centre. Now if you look, hang on, move some of my escapey stuff out of the way. Hang on, there. It's actually growing on a piece of lava stone with all its roots growing down over the lava stone. If anyone wants to know the name, that's it there. Lava Schlefflera. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm thinking this tree is going to maybe angle a little bit more. I might get some bonsai wire and because it's quite flexible, so I could bend it over sort of towards the tree, towards the tank, and have it like growing across the top of the tank. Not sure what's going to go on hardscaping and all of that sort of stuff at the moment, but I think that's the starting of it. That is the starting blocks of this tank. Don't know what else and don't know how it's going to look, but I think that's a good start, isn't it? Anyway, just waiting for these jellyfish. Where are the jellyfish? The jellyfish has arrived. I am so excited. It is such a cool little thing. It's in 3 or 4 bags, like all wrapped up, so you cannot see him with the camera. So all I've done is cut the bags, and it's living in the bottom of this cup. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. I might just turn that light off and dull that down a little bit. I'm going to get it acclimatized and then put it in the tank, because honestly, even now I'm looking in here and I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I can see it now. So yeah, I'll get it drip acclimated, then you can see it when it's gone in the tank, because honestly, it's really hard to see when the inner of the cup is white and the jellyfish is like translucent white. You can't see it. So let's get it acclimated and then you can see what's going on. So Squishy has been acclimatizing for about 45 minutes, an hour now. I've checked the temperatures and I've checked the salinity of the water in the cup and the water in there, and it's all exactly the same. So Squishy is ready to be released. Super nervous, super excited all at the same time. This is going to be amazing and scary. I've never kept jellyfish before. I've been speaking to Adam, who I know from one of the shops, and he's been telling me that his group of jellyfish are doing absolutely fine and he's had them for weeks and weeks. So there's no reason to doubt it. It's just me, I've never kept them before. It's a little bit nervous, but you've got to push the boundaries, haven't you? You've got to push the boundaries. So yeah, let's raise the tripod up. You can see Squishy go into his new home. I'm so excited. Let's get that out the way. Right then, Squishy. Now, jellyfish don't like air. You shouldn't really expose jellyfish to air. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the lid and submerge this cup in fully so that it fills with the last bit of water that I've left out, and then we can release it in. Do it really gently, see? Where is he? Oh my word, look at him, pump, pump, pump. You can't really see him that well at the moment, but I'll get some cool shots of him in a second. Let's give him a few minutes to settle down in here, and then we'll get some cool shots of him buzzing around the tank. Oh my word, look how cool he is. He's really extending his tentacles. I think they're tentacles, aren't they? So you can see that flow now that stops the jellyfish from going into the grill up here. You can see it pushes him back round. I say him, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be saying him because it's I don't know what it is, to be honest. I'm going to have to go and research that in a minute. But yeah, so that spray bar pushes him away from the grill and stops him from being sucked in, and that's all you need to do. You just need to keep them in that circular motion so they don't get stuck in any corners or stuck against the glass in any way. It's honestly a super cool thing to see this just buzzing around the tank. Honestly, it's like blub, blub. That's my really good impression of a jellyfish if anyone wanted it. Honestly, so cool. Yeah, that's about it. Like, I don't need to do any more. I'm not going to feed it today. I'll probably give it well, you do need to feed jellyfish quite often, so I'll probably give it till this evening, maybe try and get a bit of food into it, but it is obviously just putting the food in and hoping that it catches it, because what you find is they obviously just stick it to themselves. So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. They're not like, they've not got a mouth like a fish and they'll go and eat it and they'll swim towards something. You've just got to hope they catch it as it goes around. So I'll have to be very careful. Also, I've read that you don't want to like target feed jellyfish because then they don't almost go hunting for it in some strange way. I don't really know how that works, but a little bit more research into that. But I have been told just throw it in the tank a little bit, let it swirl around with them, and it will just catch it. Perfect. So yeah, that's about it. I think it's cool. I'm so excited to see how this goes. I might get more. I'll see how I get on with this one. I want to check that I've got this down, I've got this nailed before getting any more. That's why I went with one. So I think it's just a safer option for the minute. Yeah, a little bit different without the aquascaping element and without having to do anything to the tank really. It's quite an easy setup. And if you enjoy something like that, it's a little bit different. I quite like weird animals like this, so right up my street really. Anyway, I'll probably see you in the next one. Watch out for this one. This one's going to be a few weeks away because I'm still working this one out of my brain. Got a big tank to rescape as well. So I've got a few rescapes coming, pond coming. Oh yeah, so much. But I'll see you in the next one. Oh, more fish files as well, actually. Jellyfish files? No, we don't need that. See you in the next one.